Welcome back, everyone. Following our visit to the new Japanese high-tech hub, Ubukata Philippine Electric Corp, many of you asked me to head further west, so here we are. We are in Nasugbu, Batangas, a town famous for its beaches, but also for its deep-rooted industrial history. Now, behind me is one of the most searched industrial landmarks in the province of Nasugbu, Batangas, is Progreen Agricorp Inc., still operational in 2026. What exactly goes on behind these high-security walls? Today, we're doing a 10-minute deep dive into the technology, the history, and the engineering that keeps this giant running. This drive along the Tagaytay-Nasugbu highway is iconic. You see the stunning mountain views gradually give way to endless fields of sugarcane, a hint of the town's industrial soul. And that's where our story begins. While most people see Nasugbu, Batangas as the gateway to white sand beaches and luxury resorts, we are here to look at a different kind of landmark. We are standing at the crossroads of a century-old agricultural tradition and a high-tech industrial future. For generations, the landscape of Nasugbu, Batangas was defined by the sweet scent of sugar mills. But as the world changed, so did the machines. Progreen Agricorp Inc., a facility that transformed the way we look at resources. It's not just about the millions of liters of alcohol or the bioethanol fueling our cars. It's about the engineering resilience that keeps this giant alive in 2026. From the vast sugarcane fields of Nasugbu, Batangas to the intricate distillation columns and the massive cooling systems we're about to explore, this is a journey of maintenance, technology, and Filipino pride. To understand Progreen, we first have to talk about the old king of Nasugbu, Batangas. For nearly 100 years, the Central Azucarera Don Pedro, or CADPI, was more than just a factory, it was the absolute heart and soul of this town. Since its establishment in the early 20th century, the rhythmic sound of its machinery served as the pulse of Nasugbu, Batangas, signaling prosperity for generations of families. For decades, the sweet, heavy scent of boiling sugarcane juice would hang in the air during the milling season, a smell that every local recognized as the scent of a thriving economy. Grandfathers, uncles, and sons all found their livelihoods within those walls, creating a legacy where the identity of Nasugbu, Batangas was inseparable from the sugar it produced. But, as the global market shifted and the gears of time began to grind differently, this century-old titan faced its sunset. The closure of its milling operations didn't just leave a silence in the air, it left a void in the community. People wondered if the industrial fire of Nasugbu, Batangas had finally gone out. But, as we are about to see, when one chapter of history ends, another begins, and the steam you see rising over the horizon today tells a very different, high-tech story. It was more than just a sugar mill. It was a way of life for generations. But in March 2024, an era ended when CADPI officially closed its milling operations. It was a massive blow to the local economy and a moment of uncertainty for thousands. But industry doesn't just die, it evolves. Progreen Agricorp, a subsidiary of the global Emperador Inc., took over the distillery operations. Instead of just milling sugar, they focused on high-value distillation, turning a byproduct of sugar into a premium product. This strategic shift saved thousands of livelihoods here in Nasugbu, Batangas, proving that industrial resilience is possible through smart vertical integration. It's a story of adaptation, of turning an ending into a new beginning. Inside the plant they make what's called extra-neutral alcohol, or ENA. Imagine a clear, odorless spirit that is 96% pure. This incredibly refined alcohol is the foundational base for the world-famous Emperador brandy. It's the blank canvas upon which the final product is built. But that's not all. They also produce bioethanol, a key component that gets blended into our gasoline, making our fuel cleaner and more sustainable. The scale of this operation is staggering, with a combined capacity of 96 million liters annually between their plants here in Nasugbu and the one in Balayan. They are a massive contributor to the Philippine economy. Think about that number. That's enough to fuel millions of cars on our roads and stock millions of brandy bottles on shelves around the world. From a simple sugarcane byproduct, they create products that touch our daily lives in more ways than we realize. Now, let's talk maintenance. For my fellow HVAC and plant technicians, this is where it gets really interesting. Distillation is a high heat, energy-intensive process. It all happens inside massive multi-column distillation towers that boil the molasses at extremely precise temperatures to separate the alcohol. The engineering here is incredible. But here's the challenge: heat management. To turn that hot alcohol vapor back into a pure liquid, you need high-capacity cooling towers and heat exchangers to pull all that heat out. In a coastal like Nasugbu, Batangas, the salt air is a maintenance nightmare. It causes rapid corrosion on metal surfaces, especially on sensitive condenser coils. A small leak or loss of efficiency can bring the whole plant to a halt. Proper maintenance here means 24/7 monitoring of water treatment systems to prevent scale buildup, which acts like an insulator and kills efficiency. If those cooling towers lose their ability to cool effectively, the whole distillation process fails. The pressure, the temperature, the flow rates, everything has to be perfect. This is the kind of industrial maintenance we'll be exploring in my upcoming ebook, so stay tuned for that. People often ask, is a big distillery like this bad for the environment? Well, Progreen actually uses what's called a closed-loop system. They treat their wastewater using a process called biomethanation. This amazing technology allows them to capture the methane gas produced by the waste and then reuse that gas as energy for the plant itself. This waste-to-energy approach makes the facility here in Nasugbu, Batangas, much more sustainable and reduces its carbon footprint significantly. They also continue to support local farmers by sourcing molasses, which is the key raw material for the distillery. This ensures that even though the big sugar mills have closed, the farmers of Nasugbu, Batangas still have a stable and reliable market for their crops. It's a system designed to support both the environment and the community. So, the verdict for 2026 for Green Agricorp Inc. is 100% operational, fully licensed until 2030, and remains the industrial backbone of Nasugbu, Batangas. It's a symbol of industrial evolution, transforming from a traditional sugar town into a modern hub for distillation and bioenergy. It's a story of resilience, innovation, and community. If you're from this town or have worked in this industry, I want to hear your stories in the comments below. What does this plant mean to you? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more industrial tour, and definitely check out my previous video on Ubukata Electric if you haven't seen it yet. Thank you for giving me 9 minutes of your day to talk about the incredible work happening here in Nasugbu. It's an honor to share the story of Progreen and the Alliance Global Group with you. Progreen Agricorp is a testament to the vision of Dr. Tan. It's fueled by the same group that brought us Megaworld and McDonald's. Thanks for watching our 2026 update on the Nasugbu facility. Don't forget to share this with your colleagues in the production, the engineering and HVAC industry. See you in the next deep dive.